Hi, I'm Aaron and I'm in the kitchen, and today I am making buffalo chicken tender sandwiches. Buffalo chicken tender sandwiches. Buffalo chicken tender sandwiches. It's not tender, tender, not tender, tender. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go on with 3 flours today. So this is a little bit of a deviation from my regular fried chicken. Only because I'm saucing this chicken, so I need to make sure that it stays crispy even if it's sauced. Okay, I'm going in with cornstarch first. 30 grams of cornstarch going in, and I'm gonna just redo all of the same measurements in my dry bowl. So this is my wet bowl. I'm gonna redo all the measurements in my dry. Okay, I'm gonna do an even amount of tapioca starch to cornstarch. The tapioca starch is what's gonna keep the chicken really extra crunchy. So I did 30 grams of corn. I'm doing 30 grams of tapioca. Tapioca starch is also one of the secrets inside of Korean fried chicken that keeps it crunchy even when you have the sauce on. All right, for flour, I'm gonna do, oh man. For flour, I'm gonna do, let's say 80 grams, and I'm gonna leave it at that. For now, no, I'll do it even 120 grams of flour. I know some of you guys out there like when I'm extra specific like this. So there you go. In my dry. Chicken tender recipe. This is gonna cook pretty fast. I already have here my chicken marinating in pickle juice and Dijon mustard with a little hot dog stand mustard. Y'all know I love me some hot dog stand mustard. Just gonna put my flours back here. Okay. Going in with the sazon packet, I'm gonna do half in here and half in my wet. I'm doing a chicken bouillon cube. I'm gonna do half in here, half in my wet. I made fried chicken not that long ago. So if you haven't seen my fried chicken recipe, my regular one, welcome, this is an introduction to it, but with a couple of changes. And if you haven't seen my thorough fried chicken video, feel free to go ahead and watch that. If you want some in-depthness to it, going in with garlic powder, tablespoon garlic powder going in both, tablespoon of steak seasoning of your choice, your business. And these seasonings, they change, you know, just based on what I'm feeling. It's a tablespoon of everything, by the way, just so I can keep going. This is lemon pepper seasoning. And if you question that, it's because you're not from Georgia or you didn't know I was from Georgia. Tony's. Onion powder. Slap your mama. A little salt. White pepper. And a little mustard seasoning. I mean, not mustard. This is ginger. Ginger powder. Ginger powder. All right, we are all done with our seasonings and we will put those up. I like to fry my chicken at 190 Celsius. That would be 375 Fahrenheit. Some people like to fry theirs at a lower temperature, but just remember, the longer you fry your chicken, the more greasy your chicken is gonna be. So I like to fry mine hot and quick, and that works for me. Each one of these chicken tenders is gonna cook in 4 to 5 minutes and still be juicy. I have my air fryer basket right here and just a pie dish, and I'm gonna dredge and dunk right here. Use a whisk to whisk up my seasonings and everything here, but I just wanna whisk to make sure that everything is together. If you can see, my flour isn't just white. It has color to it, and that's what we're looking for. All right, now I'm gonna mix my wet batter. And I'm just adding water to it. Just adding water to my wet batter, and I'm gonna sit here and mix. I'm trying to make a small amount because I always end up with a whole lot of wet batter left. and not a lot of dry. I usually run out of dry and have a bunch of wet. So I'm trying to get an even ratio or the perfect ratio. Here we go. I need a glove. Yeah, let me just go ahead and put on the gloves. I always try to do this without putting on gloves and that never works out. So I'm just gonna, like, I try to not get my hands dirty with the thing. So I'm just gonna do this, everything with, probably with this one hand. Dunk. Yeah, I'll grab a couple of pieces and dunk them all in the wet and let them sit in there for a second. Actually, it's enough wet batter for me to dunk it all in here, so I'm just gonna dunk them all. So I did a quick marinade on this chicken. I didn't actually have time to marinate it overnight like I normally would have, but that's all right because it's been marinated for at least 30 minutes. So if you haven't already gone and stuck your things in oil, you should go ahead and set your oil so it can rise up to temp. So when we get ready to start frying, we can just go ahead and fry and we don't have to wait. Trying to start off with 3 pieces at a time. And I'm gonna attempt, no, just gonna use my hand and hold my hand over this wet, just move here like this. I probably should have done this with the opposite hand because this is my non-dominant hand that I'm trying to do this with. So just scoop flour over each one of the tenders here. Just try to make sure that we cover and press down on our chicken. Okay, and that with all of the craggly bits on it, perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Also, because I'm using tapioca starch, the leftover chicken tenders are going to keep really, really well. And it'll still be crispy and crunchy for days after. You know how when you get fried chicken and it's really good when it's fresh and it's hot, but after like a day or two, well, after a day, especially if you keep it in the fridge, which is how you should keep your chicken, by the way, the freaking crust is just soggy. Unless you grew up real country like I did and you don't necessarily save your leftover fried chicken in the refrigerator and you just leave it out at room temp, or you, even better, you leave it in the oven. I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm telling you, you should not do that. But did I also do that as a kid? Yeah, I sure did. Maybe as an adult would I do that? Maybe. But that's not how you are supposed to do it. I'm rambling now. All right, I can see that my oil is ready and I'm almost done battering. So, oh, there's literally one piece left. Great. So what you want to do is start putting the chicken in to the your oil that's been sitting here the most time, because you want your chicken to be able to rest. You want your chicken that has been sitting there the longest to go. Because the longer you let your chicken rest, the more that batter has sat on that chicken and has become best friends, and it's not going to come off in the fryer. You don't want your batter that you worked really hard for to just come off in the fryer. All right. Just gonna take this over. So now we are at our oil here and we are ready to fry. I'm gonna use my favorite kitchen tool, especially when I'm frying. Let's grab a piece of chicken and dunk. I remember the order that I had it in, so it's gonna drop them in the order that I put them on here. And because they're chicken tenders, you can load it up. We picked chicken tenders and not chicken breasts on purpose because we don't want to fry all night. Last one. Now I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes and let the first ones go ahead and cook. All right, time to check our first fry. Let's see. Well, they look amazing. They look amazing and they're very crispy. Just need to check the internal temperature, but I'm pretty sure they're cooked. Yeah, we are all good. All cooked here. 175. I'm really good at 150 for these kinds of things. So yeah, definitely cooked. I might even be able to cook the next batch in 2 minutes. All right, moving our chicken over to the drying rack and then starting our next fry. Also resisting the urge, the very heavy urge to just take a bite out of one of these. I am going to put some Frank's Red Hot, the buffalo sauce. I'm gonna just warm this up because this was in the fridge. I'm just gonna warm this up so it's not cold, and then I will toss chicken tenders into there. Okay, so our buffalo sauce is warmed up now. So it's not cold. I'm just gonna transfer this over to a metal bowl, just like they would do in any wing restaurant. I'm gonna put the Frank's Red Hot in. Now, if I'm being uber honest, I would do a hot honey sauce on mine personally, but I'm not the only one eating this, so I'm just gonna leave it at the hot sauce and add honey to mine. For each sandwich, I think I can fit 3 tenders, so I'm gonna do 6 of these in the Frank's. And it's hot, oh yeah. Maybe I'll do 8 just in case I have like smaller pieces. It was hard not to just eat this. Okay. So that's 8. Uh-oh. I think I should have used a bigger bowl. I'm gonna use a spatula to flip these. Oh, but I don't want my crunch to break off. I think I might have put too many in here. Yeah, I put too many in here. Oh, I'm losing my crunch. This kind of reminds me of my order at Zaxby's. If you are from like the East Coast and the South, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Zaxby's is so good. Gonna do our best to keep our crunchy ones crunchy. All right, now we're gonna assemble some of these sandwiches. My bread back here is almost done. And when it is, I'm gonna start assembling. This is dinner for tonight. So on mine, I'm gonna put a little bit of white barbecue sauce on the bottom. Slice up some pickle. I think he'll like pickle too, so I'm gonna slice up some for his. I'm going in with the same pickle that I use in my marinade. For mine, I'm going in with these pickles. I'm gonna space them out a little. Grabbing a different pair of tongs. Just going in with the buffalo chicken. So really 2 tenders will go on a sandwich. Okay, now I'm ready to try this. I'm gonna get a little bit of honey on mine because I want some honey on mine. Ooh. Oh. All right, going in, the buffalo. Oh my God. Yes. Mmm, 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 mmm. 1,000 out of 10. Oh my God, it's so good. Mmm. If you don't like flavor, just don't try this. My God, it's a weapon of mass destruction right here. 12 out of 10, 20 out of 10, 15 out of 10, 200 out of 10, 300K out of 10. So, so good. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this before it gets cold. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.